this is where the tough part comes in of finding the spot on the spot. We got 30 feet right here. And there might be a rock right below us actually, which would be nice. But popping down the portable camera. We won't be using the portable camera tonight unless something goes wrong. Knock on wood. But we're going to use the portable camera just because it's the easiest one to reel up. Alright, let's see where this thing thinks northeast is. Doesn't really matter. I had a fish chasing me, it's my own camera. It happens when I do the same thing all day. Look at the screen. And I know I can set up some cuss traps here in front of me. Behind me is northeast. So this way a little bit. So what we're gonna do is, and that didn't look very far away, is put the sonar in forward mode. So I don't waste any time. I think the rocks we're seeing are right over here. Confirm that in about 2 seconds. Alright, I have no idea if there's cusk here or burbot here at all. It's kind of silty and there's kind of rocks around me. I have deep water behind me, and then I have a shallow spot, kind of like rocky spot that has weeds on it in front of me. So I have 3 lines that way, my set lines. I have 3 lines in and around my honey hole, which I've marked with my GPS so I can find them in the dark tonight. So I plan on checking them probably midway through the night just to see if there's any fish on them. And to see if you get robbed, because you could be robbed within the first 20 minutes and then you're never gonna get a bite again. So we're gonna be setting up right here with the Winnipesaukee, the escape. I'm gonna take all that stuff out and set it up the same way I did the crappie fishing, where I have the cot this way. But what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna set up the cot until later in the night, so that way I have the whole thing to film, especially with the underwater camera. I think that's how I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. We'll figure it out. Alright, I got some more to set up, but we're gonna go bounce around until it gets actually legit dark out. And I'm gonna drill another hole in there, or a couple more holes in there. One for the camera, and then one for a second line. And maybe another one for the sonar, I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of holes in there. I don't specifically try to target them in the daytime. They're very nocturnal fish. Oh, here's a fish, here's a fish, here's a fish, here's a fish. Oh, freaking biffed it. Wrapped around the transducer. Oh, I did get thumped. Oh. Fricker. Got thumped on the drop and I wasn't paying attention. And it's just a little tap from these guys sometimes. I didn't even see him. And so this sonar is looking 135 degrees like this down, and then 20 degrees this way, so I'm looking like this. Let's glow it up. This little glow light is like, I don't know, I think it's like 20 bucks, 15 bucks, something like that on Amazon. And the link for this is in the description. This one actually works really well. I was using like a $40, $50 one that I have for tying. Oh, this will go. hope this one might have something on it. Nothing. Feel like the shiner's still on there, which is good. Still on there. Not very lively, but he's still on there. Let's get the other rod in here. Hang that up there. Alright guys and girls, welcome to the shack. Take that thing off. It is kind of a disaster zone in here, and I opted to not put the cot in here quite yet. I don't know why, because it's going to be a nightmare to get in here later. But I felt like I was going to have more room to jig until like 9, 10 o'clock at night or whenever I decide to go to bed. So that's what we're doing. We have the aqua view down, not recording yet. We have a rattle trap down, pounding bottom, and I have my other rod hanging up from the ceiling, actually thawing out, basically trying to dry that braid out. But there is smelt all over the screen. And what I was trying to see is I put a bunch of chum down here earlier at like 4 o'clock-ish. I think it's like almost 6 now, but what we're gonna do is eat because I'm freaking starving. Unfortunately, all of my water, and I was gonna check it, I was gonna check the cap, and all my water just opened up and spilt all over the bottom of my snow dog sled just from the vibration of bouncing across the ice. Flare ice is the best for the snow dog, it loves it. But just like 2 inches of powder on top would be such a smoother ride. It'd be quieter. I wouldn't have to worry about it tracking weird. Oh, ah, come on. So I have no water till tomorrow, which is gonna really suck, but I guess I could go for a run, but it's gonna be 20-30 minutes to get off the ice to a place that has, there's a store somewhere. So I'm eating some cold Thai food that was really good yesterday. I think I'm getting bites from smelt. And before you guys all start yelling at me, telling me to put foam mats down, I have them, I just haven't put them down yet. So no whining. Alright guys, the aqua view side of things, so which is the burbot side of things in the shack, are very, very slow. Have not seen anything except for a couple of rock bass come through. As I said before, my water spilled, so I'm actually boiling some water in the jet boil right now. And trying not to burn myself. But we jigged up our first Winnipesaukee smelt. So these are the things that these fish are feeding on down there. Now these are bigger ones. That's that that's why people use like big bucktails and stuff like that to resemble that. But for the most part, those aren't always around. Just using a small, I think this is a 5mm Wonder Bread glow-in-the-dark jig with a little eyeball on there, and I'm actually going to use a smelt eyeball here. because I am going to use those smelt. They're not going to stay alive. I don't have a bubbler or anything like that, so I'm just going to use them for chum. Don't be mad at me. Oh, I had him. I had him, guys. I had him. We caught a fish while we were going to the premiere. It's a massive rainbow smelt. We got a few people on. I think we're gonna... Got one. Yeah, we just caught one live, guys. We caught one live, finally. We got the rainbow smelt. They are super pretty fish. Put him right there next to his buddy. That's what we resorted to. The burbot don't play. We're up to 3 species today, though, which is good. And for those who were on before, I boiled some ice down in water. Boiled it for quite a while. Burned myself 2 or 3 times. But my screen is stacked with smelt right now, so. That was epic, guys. Epic. We're gonna have some fun now. I won't be bored for 10 gazillion hours. But there's another smelt. Smelt. Alright, the wind has picked up a lot. My support bar has collapsed. Knocked my heater over, which is the worst part. Now it's cold in here. So we gotta resituate some stuff. We might have to get up the ice. This is real bad. Real bad. Alright, it is 5:50 in the morning. And the wind is absolutely atrocious. The wind wasn't supposed to start until I think a little bit later in the morning. Or like, I thought like 10 a.m. and my plan was to be off by 10 a.m. But it started at like 2 and has not stopped. Heater is tipped over. That scared the hell out of me. I was kind of awake already. And my bar is kind of pushed in, but I had them on backwards. So I'm really nervous that my ice anchors are gonna pop and I'm gonna go for a screaming ride towards that way. That's where the wind's blowing. My truck's that way. I have traps. I have to legally have to pull all these 3 scent lines up today. So I'm gonna pack this up as much as I can right now and turn the heat off and get the snow dog started and run over there in the freezing cold, yank those up, try to film as much as I can, and then come back and then pack up and get out of here. So I don't get nervous a lot, like weather-wise, but I'm kind of nervous. Woo! She's a blowing, guys. She's a blowing. My biggest thing is collapsing this thing in the wind without it killing me. I'm gonna attach it to the snow dog first, and then I'm gonna collapse it. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I'm sure the fishing would be great today, but I ain't doing it. I would if I was set up on some better numbers. Right now I'm not set up on anything good, really. Alright, we're gonna start taking the poles down. It's a severe debate whether I set all this stuff down and then try to jig without the shack setup. I don't think I can set this back up in this wind by myself. If I had someone else with me, it'd be very doable, but this wind is atrocious. So we're gonna pack up and head home. And yeah, let's see if I can do it without hurting myself. Welcome to the catch and cook part of the video. So we have our Masterbuilt smoker that I've kind of warmed up and then sterilized and cooled off. We have our 18.5-inch lake trout here, and I've never eaten lake trout before, so this should be new to me, but this was brined for the last 5 hours or so in brown sugar, salt, garlic pepper, paprika, and onion powder. So it should have a nice candied look when it comes out. We're gonna start the smoker on low and then crank it up. And we're using hickory flavored. When I smoke stuff, I just smoke other meats and stuff like that. I like a deep, deep flavor. So now that the smoker's kind of warmed up, let's throw it in there, let it sit for a few hours and see how it turns out. Like I said, I've never smoked lake trout before. I've never eaten lake trout before, so this should be new to me. And we're gonna smoke this, and while this is smoking, we're gonna go cook up some white perch, which I've had before. It's pretty good. And I left the skin on because one, I was a little too lazy to take it off, and then two, that will help support the fish when it comes out. So that's high and start it on low. Let's come back in a few hours and see how she's doing. Alright guys, now we're going to fry up the white perch. And so white perch, and I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'll double Google search this, they're in the same family as striped bass. So white perch are actually in the ocean as well. And the meat looks identical. And the last striped bass I had was not that good. If you guys have any more recipes for white perch and lake trout, let me know in the comments below. Or you'd be eating either one of them. But we're just going to shallow fry this with some avocado oil. And this is in Frank's hot sauce. We're using that as the binder. And then just plain panko. What I found is I've like over seasoned stuff, and then by the time you're done frying it, most of that seasoning, that flavor is gone. So we're gonna season it after the fact. And most of the time I'm, dipping this in some sort of ranch or something anyway, so. And I want the fish to be the hero, not the seasoning anyway, so. We should have a good temp by now. Yeah, there we go. That's the sound we want to hear. And I'll bring you in close with the microphone for that. That sizzle. And the wife said no cooking fish in the house, so we're doing it outside. So we're gonna give that I don't know, 90 seconds aside or something like that. We get our paper towel and stuff to get rid of the grease. And I think I'm gonna like this more than the lake trout. I don't know yet. We'll see, guys. Crap. Very, very flaky fish already. I said I've eaten it once a couple years ago, I think. You don't want to overcook it, and the meat will get all tough. You want just glistening on the inside for when I do cook fish. Oh yeah, the white perch is done. A bigger chunk. Get some of those crispies out of the pan here. Put it on the same plate. Doesn't that look good? I'm gonna make my son try it too. Or I've cooked crappie and you liked crappie, so let's go try it. Up there.
That's yucky.
You don't know that it's yucky yet.
I don't like that.
You don't know that yet.
I want old food. I want old food.
Your own food?
Yeah.
Well, no, this is just for the video. Can you just try some for me for a second?
No.
Please.
No.
Please.
Oh.
All right, the moment of truth. Let's see if this guy likes it. And I don't eat a lot of fish, but if you guys are kind of new to the channel, this is Remy. This is my one and only son. I have a first son too. He's like 6. This one's 3, right? How old are you?
3.
3. He's getting there. So let's try the smoked salmon for. Let's try the smoked lake trout first.
I don't like it.
You don't know if you don't like it yet.
Nope.
I can try a little bit. No, just try a little bite for me. Try a little bite.
I don't like it.
You smell it first. Not half bad. All right, you want to try the other fish first? No? I'm gonna have to eat this whole thing by myself. Okay. Oh, that's really good. Smoked lake trout is an acquired taste. It's not super fishy.
Why is it not wiggling?
What do you mean it's not wiggling? It's a dead fish.
Why?
Because Daddy's eating it. You want some more? You want to try some? Can't get him to eat anything. It's not half bad. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. Probably won't be doing a catch and cook on the lake trout again. It's decent. I'm not a big fish eater, so that's what it is. Can you say thanks for watching?
Thanks for watching.
Make sure you guys subscribe, comment below. Let me know any recipes or what I did wrong with cooking. Like I said, I'm new to this whole cooking. A what? I don't know what he's saying, but yeah, make sure you subscribe. Leave comments and other recipes below. And see you next time. Thanks for watching Ben and Fishing.